Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, as usual, on our board we have the model that we used for our last video, and I will reference that up there because we shall take off from this subject, which was, do you know that you make your egoic self? You make your ego self. And we went through a lot of information of all the different things, or most of them, that affect how you will interpret your ego self. And you might also, as you look at this, you see a whole bunch of information coming to this young person who came into this egoic world. And of course, he doesn't know anything. All they have is very few references to the information that is outside of them. So as that information comes to them, they begin to develop an understanding and a belief of who they are. And this is done through this process. Out of this process comes the person's identity, which is an ego identity. And now, if you look at this again, you'll see a lot of information. Now, I'm going to change this. A lot of influence coming from the outside. And now, if we move back in to begin to look at another video we did not long ago on free will, and understanding that free will, where we make a decision that has no reference to anything, any pressures outside of us, is very problematic in the egoic world. We have very little, none free will. We are all influenced by what's around us, consciously, but mostly unconsciously. So that's what this is about. You make your identity, your egoic self, you also make your world, and you make how your relationship with that world. It's all you. And now we'll change to talk about another interesting subject now. And this is our subject for today. Healing. Is the placebo effect good or bad? Now, the placebo effect is like a lost child that few want, particularly scientifically. It is an uncomfortable truth, and it is not wanted. And why is that? Because the placebo effect messes up the egoic belief system and appears to be an effect without a cause, an effect without a physical cause. So, without a physical cause, the cause must be in the realm of the metaphysical, which is a dangerous place to be in the egoic world. So, what is the placebo effect and how is it used and how can it be improved? The word comes from the Latin, and I'm not going to pronounce it, but you'll see it in the description. And it means I please. So a placebo is I shall please. Therefore, a placebo effect is a pleasing effect. And that's not bad. What triggers any effect? What triggers any effect, no matter what it is? A cause. You have to have a cause. Okay, now this is from the Hermetic Principles of Self-Mastery. Of the 7, the 6th one, the 6th principle, is that of cause and effect. And this is what it says. Every cause has an effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to the law. Chance is but the name of a law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. But nothing escapes the law. Now, another definition. This one comes from a place called Better Health that I ran across on the internet. And it seemed pretty feasible, so I thought I would put it in. A placebo effect is when a person's physical or mental health appears to improve after taking a placebo or a dummy, inactive, inert substance as treatment. So that's another idea or description of what a placebo effect is. So that when the body is given a signal, it responds. Therefore, the signal is the cause of the body's response. Here is where it gets confusing in the egoic belief system. In the egoic belief system, it is assumed that the signal given to the body must be a physical substance or an action of some kind that causes biophysical reaction in the body or a cause and effect response. In the placebo effect, the signal is given to the body, which is the placebo. However, the signal given is inactive or inert physical substance or physical action. In the placebo, in the egoic belief system, the signaling substance, which is inert, inactive, should have no effect on the body. Part of the belief system. However, with the placebo effect, there is a reaction and effect. And it seems to be without a physical cause. How does this happen? And why does it seem like magic? In the egoic world, at least. From the egoic belief system, this is what they believe, or what has been talked about. In the egoic belief system, the body's improvement, health improvement, mental improvement, is said to be all in the head. And it's not real. It's just positive thinking. Now here's the problem. What makes it difficult? Biologically, physical systems and chemical reactions happen. And they do change the body. And these reactions in the body, chemistry, other reactions, can be verified scientifically. Therefore, there is a real physical effect in the body. It's just not thoughts in the head. Medically, it appears that we have an effect without a cause. Something that is called an anomaly. An anomaly. But this is impossible in a cause and effect universe. Not to have a cause for an effect. The idea that chance, the anomaly, the chance, is but the name of a law not recognized as part of the sixth principle of the Hermetic Principles. So what does A Course in Miracles have to say about this kind of healing? Because it seems like magic, at least in the egoic world. It's magic because something's happening for which there is no cause that the egoic world can accept. And here's what the Course says. Magic is the mindless or the miscreative use of the mind. Physical medications are a form of spell. But if you are afraid to use your mind to heal, you should not attempt to do so. The very fact that you are afraid makes your mind vulnerable to miscreation. Everything. Everything is an interpretation in the mind. And the interpretation of the mind is based on the belief system. Therefore, what you believe will determine the interpretation in the mind, which will determine everything that happens in the body. The body is servant to the mind. The body is servant to the mind. And I have a video on that I'll reference. Ultimately, the mind determines your health or your sickness by what is believed. The placebo is itself a magic pill. It is itself a spell to excite the mind to change. It is not the signal that is important. And this is important. It's not the signal that is important, but what you believe it is. What you believe the signal is that is important. What you believe is more important than the truth, than facts, than life itself. Review the video. There's a video on TED's Talks, and I reference it in the video description. It's entitled, "Is There Scientific Proof that You Can Heal Yourself?" And if you look at that video, you will find there's a lot of proof. There's a lot of proof that you can heal through your mind, through what you believe about yourself and your world. So what's the conclusion? Your beliefs will keep you well or make you sick, regardless of what the outside environment brings to you. And what is the outside environment? It is your best guess of what there is out there based upon your interpretation of the input information from your senses as filtered through your beliefs. You can't get away from it. Your beliefs create your world and how healthy you will be in that world. Now, the good news is you can change your beliefs and thereby change your world. By changing your beliefs, you also change how healthy you will be. The placebo effect is not good or bad. It is what you think about the placebo that makes it good or bad. And now a quote from my buddy William Shakespeare from Hamlet. Oh, and this is from Act 2, Scene 2. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking make it so. There's nothing, neither good nor bad, but thinking make it so. There is nothing good or bad in your world. Nothing. Except how you think about it based upon your belief system created from your unique life experiences. Oh, there's much to talk about here in the illusion. And we look forward to seeing you again, right here, where we always are, in the illusion. Bye now.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolgino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolgino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma